what they were supposed to fix. Now, will that work? I don't know. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping all the fans are able to see us on all the different, goddamn different fucking mechanisms. And everybody goes, wow! Problem! Wow! He fixed it. Wow! That's what I'm hoping. But we might get nothing. We might get a big fucking ball of fuck you. It's very possible. We could get a big ball of fuck you. But let's see. We'll see. I don't know. So far, so good. I haven't gotten a hit up that says everything sucks, everything's broke, and we can't see you. So as of right now, we're operating and we're going strong. Woo! Woo! Okay. Woo! So we're going strong so far. Hey, Summers, you little twat. And I say that with love. Go on the iPad, go on the iPhone, and make sure that we're going on strong. So I can go, fucking. Oh, man. I'll tell you guys, yesterday was a day for hell, and today has been a day for hell. It really has. When we get all these fucking technical issues, it makes me just want to fucking rip my hair out. Seriously, it makes me want to fucking rip my hair out. It makes me want to, you know what it makes me want to do? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't mean to get, drastic like this. It makes me want to rip. It does. It makes me want to rip. Now, let me explain this. The documentary I saw over the weekend that I explained to you guys about Monday, the guy, the Bible told me so, and it discussed in the Bible all of the things that the Bible talks about, homosexuality, so forth and so on. And one of the passages and one of the conversations that it talks about is the fact that back in the biblical times and in that era, rape was a common practice. And it wasn't the rape that you're thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain to you. It was the rape that happens between a man and another man. Yes, I'm talking about man-on-man rape. We're not talking about man-on-woman rape. We're not talking about Jodie Foster accused rape. No, we're talking about American History X rape. Okay, we're talking about Edward Norton getting fucked up his asshole in the showers in American History X. That's the type of rape we're fucking talking about. Okay? And in the biblical times, the Bible talked about, and these scholars talked about how rape was something that was not looked at as sin. That it was and it's funny because this is something that I have often steadfast to, and I've often preached this. And some people looked at me with eyes that were kind of skewed. People looked at me with thoughts in their head that were a little skewed because of the words that were coming out of my mouth. Now, I often have said that the raping of another man, depending on the way it's done and the way that it is acted out is not gay. And I've often said that it is actually a violent act that is more of aggression. It's more of violence. It's more of a defeating a human being, a man, making him a bitch, making him succumb to that of what a woman would feel, torture. And the biggest thing that is the biggest fear in a man's life is to be treated and to be perceived and looked at as a woman. That is why when you watch movies about football teams or karate, or as my friends say, karate, it will show a coach, and he will be talking to his team, and he'll say that if you guys want to be perceived as a bunch of little girls, you want to be perceived as pussies, as fairies. So telling another man that he is acting like a woman is basically the most degrading thing you can say to another man. When you call another man a bitch, a punk, a little cunt, you can't get any lower than that. But you can. And the only other lower form that you can get is by going up to that man, punching him in the face, repeatedly, pulling his pants down, and fucking him up his asshole. It's horrible. The fuck is horrible. It's Rob Black. That's Rob Black. I'm not Rob Black. I'm Jerry Seinfeld. And welcome to another edition of Jew Talk with Jerry Seinfeld, your host. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Jesus, it's horrible. Fucking. That's that's just horrible right there. I've never heard a program that is more offensive than what I just have been hearing for the past 6 minutes. That's offensive. And if I were any of you, I wouldn't even be listening to it. I wouldn't even be listening to it right now. I'd turn it off. Turn it off, goddammit. Turn this program off. It's vile. It's dirty. And there's no place in modern medium for a show like this. Seriously, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible. I'm offended. It's disgusting. And I don't know what else to say. That's it. Anyways. It's the Rob Black Show. And we are 12, what is it, halfway done with the month? Yeah, we're about halfway done with the month. And let's see, yeah. I'd say it's the 16th. How many more days do we have until the end of the, what the fuck, 16th, 17th, 18th? Man, I tell you, the month is just flying by. It's already April. It's crazy. It is really crazy at how quick these months have flown by. It's funny, I was sitting there yesterday walking after the show, and it literally felt like it was, I can only describe it as a deja vu feeling, I guess. And I felt as if I was back in prison. I did. And it was a really fucked up, creepy, weird feeling. For some reason, the air smelled like Texas. The heat smelled like Texas. Everything about yesterday felt like Anthony, Texas. Even to the point of plodding through the remainder of my day. Getting off the show at 3:10, and then actually sitting there going, okay, here's what has to be done before I could go to bed. I mean, literally, that's how the feeling was. And it felt as if I would go my routine in prison. Basically, everything is feeling like a routine now. It's really what it is, to the point where here we are, it's already halfway through of April, and Jesus Christ, January, February, March, and 4 months have already gone by. It's an eerie, creepy thing, and I don't know how to explain it any more than getting all emo and so forth and so on, and I know nobody wants to hear any of that manic talk. Nobody really wants to hear any of that type of inward thinking. No, nobody cares, and it's not some. People want to talk about AIDS. People want to talk about disease. People want to talk about that type of stuff. So fuck it. We'll just talk about it. But I will just throw it out there that as my only outlet to have these conversations, I will tell you that it felt like I was walking and I was basically walking around the workout track yesterday. It was fucking weird. Going, okay, it's 3 o'clock now. I mean, to the point where I even eat food and have that like it's fucking prison. In prison, chow time was 6 o'clock. So at 5:30, we would get ready for chow, and depending on what time or what unit they called, because every week, if you had the cleanest unit, 1 through 4, you would either go last or first. So if you were last, you would wind up going to chow by 6. Well, I literally leave here to go to chow at 6. And when we got done with chow, we basically then would go outside and we'd be allowed to go outside for 2 hours until 8 o'clock. And then we'd have to have our roll call, our 9 o'clock roll call. And at 9 o'clock, they would do our fucking count, and then you knew you were 2 hours away from lights out, and then going to sleep and waking up and doing the whole thing over again. Well, here, once 9 o'clock rolls, I know there's an hour left in the program. Once that program's over, I got about 2 more hours left till I go, I work out, I go to sleep, and start the whole fucking process over again. So it's turning into be just like prison. I'm reliving prison every single fucking day. It's quite amusing, and I guess it hit me yesterday while I was outside walking, and it felt just like walking the track. So there you are. Amazing. Anyways, fuck that, and we'll just keep ticking time
We're already almost done with May. What the fuck? We're almost done with April, going into May. Time just will burn through. It's all good. So let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about, and that's disease. Let's talk about herpes. Let's talk about gonorrhea. Let's talk about AIDS. Let's talk about everything you guys want to talk about. I was sitting there looking at AVN website about 25 minutes ago, half hour ago, and I got to ask you guys a question because I'm enthralled by this. Well, shit. First, let me throw this out there. If you guys go to Adult FYI, you will see the new story that's up, and it's a fun story. It really is. It's a fun story. We're not all disease and things like that. Okay, we're not all that. We actually do have variations of what we do on the program. Okay, we don't just talk about herpes and syphilis every day. We switch it up. We do. We do. We switch it up. All right. We switch it up, and we get a little funky. All right. We get a little funky. So if you guys go to Adult FYI, we got all sorts of new neat things that are on there. Aside from they have the video from yesterday night, the late night show. And I look terrified in the image that is on YouTube. I look like I'm looking at somebody that's walking in with a barbed wire covered dildo that is gonna rape me with it. You gotta take a look at this picture. It's fucking hilarious. I'm like this. I'm like, it's fucking bizarre. You gotta go look. It's fucking funny. And then under that bizarre picture, it has the Mr. Marcus back in the adult business thanks to Vivid and acting in a Joan Rivers production video. And then it's got the XRCO award predictions by the Rob Black Show. That is if you would like to listen and not read. And then we have porn stars who graduated from college. Bullshit. And that video is up. So it's a bunch of new videos. The advertisement for the new book, A Race to the Bottom. The new book featuring over 35 porn stories and history lessons. You can get it from Amazon. Go there right now. You click on the fucking thing. And then click on the story. The Rob Black Show predicts the winners and losers of the 30th Annual XRCO Awards. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the XRCO Awards. They're being held in Hollywood, okay? And you should be going there. Check it out. Go and say hello to Bill Margold for me. Right now we're trying to work on getting a correspondent that's going to the show, or at least somebody that will give us an update on the winners and losers. If not, we're just going to have to fucking go on people's Twitters all night and go through the winners and losers so we can have our prediction. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, will be an interesting and exciting night because we will be comparing the real winners of tonight's XRCO to the Rob Black Show predicted winners. And we're going to see what type of average we're batting, all right? So if you go to the main story, and you can play along with me, and you can click on the article, and you can literally compare your picks with the Rob Black Show picks. And then together, as one unit, we can tonight see who is the accurate picker. Now, I think I'm going to be batting. I'm predicting that I'm going to do 80%. I am. I'm predicting I'm going to do 80%. I say 50. I think in the story, or a little better than 50, maybe 60. But I'm telling you that I think I'm going to be doing 80. Seriously. I say 50% in the article, but I'm changing it. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing about 80%. All right? I'm saying I'm going to be doing about 80%. Okay? I'm saying 80%. I'm going to fucking I'm making this prediction be 100%. Okay? So, take a look at the article. Okay? And see if you agree with my predictions. It's a great article, and I'm actually excited about tonight. I am. I'm really excited. Maybe I'm trying to think who. I got Axel's number. Maybe I'm pretty sure Axel will be there tonight. I got Jeff Mullen's number. Maybe Mullen. I know Mullen will be there tonight. I got Mullen here in the prediction category for Greece. So I have to tell Mullen, listen to me, you fuckstick. You give me some updates from over there, and if you win, I want an exclusive. I want some fucking exclusive interviews, Christ's sakes. So maybe we'll get some interviews from some winners tonight. That'd be great. We'll get them to chime in to the old cell phone tonight. We'll have to set that up with some people. I'll have to hit up Braun. Can somebody hit up Braun on the email or on my Twitter feed and get Axel Braun's cell number? Can we do that, Tom Byron? Can we get Axel Braun? Can we work between now, it's 12, and 8 o'clock tonight to get Axel's cell number set up so I could talk to him on the Rob Black Show? Also, I want to talk to Mullen, and if Brad Armstrong won't be such a fucking crybaby, I like to talk to him. So we'll see what happens, you guys, with those people tonight. Anyways, check the article out. I know Jules Jordan won't talk to me. I know Jules won't. Okay? I know Jules won't. So, all right. So, listen to me. Read the article. You'll enjoy it. And you can bet with me on who the winners and losers are going to be. So now let's get back to AVN, one of the greatest sources of information that have ever been on the adult entertainment stratosphere, and that is AVN. When I went to AVN, the first thing I couldn't help but notice was that there is a legitimate novelty company that actually has star power in their front office, and I never knew this. And I'm a little like, I never knew this to be something, and I don't know how this got under the radar of all of us in the adult business. But if you go to AVN, they have an ad or a press release for Nail Pack, and it says Nail Pack honors customer service reps. And I didn't know that Nail Pack hired the woman or the girl, I should say, Gabrielle Sidibe, you know, the girl who played Precious. I'm not lying. If you look on avn.com, Nailpack has the girl that played Precious in their in that movie. And her name is Gabrielle Gabourey, Sidibe, Sidibe. I don't even know how to say the fucking name. Gabourey Sidibe. Well, Gabourey Sidibe is one of the customer service reps for fucking Nailpack. And I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of Nailpack now because they actually have a celebrity that sells them and sells people dildos. So it was just something quick that I saw that I was like, holy shit. Nailpack has I gotta say it right. I'm on the page where it says how to pronounce her name properly. So it's like spelling it. It's like fucking Gabourey Sidibe. Literally, it's Gab-E-Ray Sid SID-EE-BAY. So it says how to spell it or say it and pronounce it. So Gabourey Sidibe. Gabourey Sidibe is working at Nailpack. Not bullshitting. If you guys go to Nailpack right now, or you go to avn.com and you click on the button for media, and it says Nailpack, and it says Nailpack honors customer service reps, you'll see Gabourey Sidibe is working at Nailpack, and that's big action, man. Like I said, I want to buy. Listen, every single one of you should be purchasing your novelties from Nailpack right now, just for the fact that they have Gabrielle Sidibe working for them. Okay? To me, that's badass. To me, you could fucking tell your customers, hey, you're putting a dildo in your vagina, or you're, buying a rubber pussy for you to fuck. And Gabrielle Sidibe from the movie Precious sold that to us from Nailpack, and now we are giving it and selling it to your store. So I'll tell you, man, get it from Nailpack. I gotta say they are one of the best distributors going today. And just the fact that they have a celebrity amongst them is pretty fucking spectacular. So anyways, that was the first thing that I noticed that really stood out at me. The second thing that stood out at me was my old company that I used to play with, Exquisite Multimedia. And that is owned by Jerry Estrada. And they have just signed on to distribute the acclaimed European studio DDF Productions. Seriously, DDF Productions. So they will be taking foreign product that was made overseas and replicating it and packaging it and then selling it and collecting 30% off of the distribution of that and moving the 350 pieces to the distributors. Well, what stood out to me was, and I was trying to figure this out, it says, quote, Jerry, everyone who sees our new packaging and content is very impressed, as I am. Now, I looked at this new packaging, and it looks like Hard X boxes from Mason or the old Elegant Angel boxes. So I was just trying, like, where the fuck is this creative, innovative packaging on these new movies from Exquisite Multimedia? I was just seriously, like, I seen this this advertisement or this press release or whatever the fuck you would call it, and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, wow, I gotta see this. So when I literally looked at it, okay, I went, what the fuck am I looking at? It has a picture, and it has I was like, I'm looking at the picture, DDF Busty, and it says the very, I can't even read the writing, Big Breast Natural, and it just shows a picture of a girl's face. It's on a white background, and it says Surrey 32H. And Jerry is described also in another press release as saying the packaging is simple but innovative. And each movie shot in HD and runs over 2 hours. Well, I would imagine that the movie shot in HD, considering that we are in the year 2014 and every fucking thing is shot in HD. I mean, our fucking cameras on our goddamn cell phones are fucking HD. So I would hope that these movies are shot in HD. I would hope that if you're just buying a product that was shot in Europe, that it would be at least 2 hours long. And I'm trying to look at the packaging and see where this innovative and it looks like an Elegant Angel Hard X release. The Mile High Media company that is shot by Mason, Hard X. The box looks like a Hard X. It looks like an Elegant Angel box. Where's there anything innovative and unique about this packaging? Man, so far and so long, these companies have just disintegrated. Remember, this is a company that I used to work for with Extreme Comics, and we were making movies that were running neck and neck against Axel Braun and Vivid as far as superhero productions that were really rivaling. I mean, we were outselling. I mean, we were doing phenomenal. And the packaging were oversized boxes. The boxes were about this big, and they had trading cards in them. I mean, it was just amazing. We had 3D productions, Wonder Woman interactive 3D, where it was like a game. I mean, we literally had things that were, actually it was interactive Wonder Woman and Super Heroine 3D, 2 different movies that were just head and shoulders above the competition. And in a quick 2 years, the same company has gone to basically having a generic packaging that's a ripoff of Elegant Angel and Hard X, and it's foreign product that was purchased or distribution deal worked out, so they don't even purchase anything. They just got to give 30. They just take 30% of 400 pieces sold. Woo! That is a fucking really strong fucking company, man. Wow, that's, whew, man. I don't even know how you keep that in fucking stock. How the quality is just, wow, that's some innovative shit there, man. Oh man. Jesus. Talk about falling from grace. Wow. If that's not falling from grace, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Unbelievable. All right. So that article was something that I seen that was pretty amusing. And then I caught another extremely amusing article. Okay. I mean, it's pretty, and this is pretty amusing. Pure Play Media, okay? Pure Play Media, which is the company of Frank Kratzky, and it's always been the company of Frank Kratzky. And he owns it. A guy by the name of Kenyon runs it, and they're out of Van Nuys, okay? And Pure Play has been distributing people's product for years. Now, I kind of, okay, again, and I bring this up because, and why it's very funny, it's very funny because when we were doing our article and we were talking about performers that were in college and or graduated from college, and it was an article that AVN ran, and it was quite a very funny, entertaining article. I mean, it was one of the funniest of all articles. And it talked about Lexington Steele, how he graduated with a double major from Syracuse University. Yes, I know, complete bullshit. But nonetheless, he graduated with a double major from Syracuse University. And then once that happened, he moved out to California and hung out in Compton and South Central with Tony Eveready and Byron Long, and couldn't get his dick hard and played with his squishy meat while he jacked off in girls' faces. How do I know that? Because he did that for one of my movies. So you go from having a degree from Syracuse University as a double major to then just moving out to California and playing with your limp dick with Tony Eveready, Byron Long, and Vivica Cox on a Rob Black shoot. I know, it makes a lot of sense, but hey, it's porn. You got to believe all these porn actors. So we commented about the fact that Lex was so completely full of shit that it was staggering. And when you further investigated and went to Lexington Steele's Wikipedia page, which is even funnier, it talks about his company, Mercenary Pictures, which literally hadn't been in business, okay, and hasn't done anything new in years. Remember, Lexington Steele's been shooting movies with Evil Angel, and Jules Jordan. Matter of fact, I think the last movies he came out with are through Evil Angel. I think he has a distribution deal with Evil Angel. He was with Jules Jordan, but I guess that love affair did not go so good. So I think the last, I'm gonna check. We're gonna check right now because it's just. Let's see here, Evil Angel. Hey Byron, why don't you do a little fucking research and tell me, Jules or whatever his name is, Lexington Steele, what was the last company that he was producing movies from? It was either Evil Angel or Jules Jordan. Give me the link so I can talk about the fucking movie. Thank you. So, the last thing we remember was that the great Lexington Steele was with either Jules Jordan or Evil Angel producing content. So he was making movies for them. You haven't heard of Mercenary Pictures in years. But yet, when you go to Lexington Steele's Wikipedia page, it literally states that his company, Mercenary Pictures, had between, is doing 10 to $20 million a year and had over 30 or 40 employees. I swear to God, man, when you read the bio on Mercenary Pictures, do you realize a company that was doing 10 to $20 million a year? Do you understand how much money that is? Seriously, do you realize how much money that is and how much money that is left over to stash in the back of like shoeboxes and buried under rocks? Think about it. Lexington Steele hasn't had any legal issues. He hasn't had any fucking divorce. Nothing. Lexington Steele has been doing nothing except fucking girls and making movies. And yet, with a company that's worth 10 to $20 million, it ceases to operate, and it then goes and makes movies for Evil Angel and Jules Jordan. Up as recent as I think a month or two ago. As soon as I get the information, I'll tell you. Right now, Evil Angel has Lexington Steele as a director. Right now, if you go to evilangel.com, okay, there is Lexington Steele. Literally, Lexington Steele is on evilangel.com. And there is an updated scene as recent as the 2nd of this month. Black Panthers, scene number 4, updated on 2014, April 2nd. Lexington Steele, Monique Simone, and Jamie Sullivan. And then Black Panthers, scene number 3. That is updated on the 1st of April. Lexington Steele and Sadie Santana. And then on the 31st of March was Black Panthers Scene 2, Lexington Steele and Sophie Fiora. And then Black Panthers Scene 1, which was Lexington Steele and Megan Vaughn. So right now, if you go to Evil Angel, okay, .com, guys, if you go to evilangel.com, Lexington Steele is listed as their director, and he has a new movie called Black Panthers. I'm looking at it. Black Panthers. Okay? I'm looking at it. Black Panthers. Guys, come on. I'm looking at Black Panthers right now. So, Lexington Steele's at Evil Angel. Have we all agreed with this? Are we good with this? Lexington Steele is at Black Panthers. Is at Evil Angel. He used to do stuff with Jules, but then I guess the love affair with Jules Jordan didn't last. So now Lexington Steele's over at Evil Angel. And he has the new movie Black Panthers. That's a fact. I'm not making this up. This is a fucking fact. Okay? This is a fact. Are you guys with me? This is a fact. Okay. Now, when you go to XBiz, you see an announcement that says Pure Play Media inks distribution deal with Mercenary Pictures. Pure Play Media, aka Frank Kresge, has announced a new distribution deal with Mercenary Pictures, headed by veteran performer and director Lexington Steele. The 200-plus title catalog features popular series including Black Rain, Manhammer, and Pole Position, and provides customers with a wide range of big black cock fantasies and hardcore performances. Since 2004, I have placed well over 200 titles in my catalog and on the market, Steele said. This distribution deal with Pure Play Media, Frank Kresge, allows for the continued expansion of Mercenary in the marketplace and provides a platform to reintroduce the buyers to the full breadth of my existent catalog. He added, securing the future viability of Mercenary has been extremely important to me, and I am confident this has been established with my new association with Pure Play Media. Now, the last I also remember was that Pure Play Media, Mercenary Pictures, had a deal together years ago. Years ago. And I guess now they're back together. And if Tom Byron can reconfirm that with me, that would be greatly appreciated. But from my recollection, Mercenary Pictures used to be part of the Frank Kresge empire a while ago. So, if I get this straight, Mercenary Pictures, which is a $10 to $20 million company with 200 titles. I mean, think about it, guys. Think about this. During the slide in the adult business, Lexington Steele had a company that had 200 titles, and it was worth $10 to $20 million. During the start of the decline of the business, and his company is worth $10 to $20 million with a 200 title catalog. Yeah, 200 title catalog. And now he is redistributing this catalog. Now let's think of the rationale for this. He puts out new product with Evil Angel. And Evil Angel sells their product at the top dollar of the adult business. Okay? Top dollar. $17, $18, $16, the top dollar. So he has new product from Evil Angel for $15, $16, $17. And then he has 200 titles that are the exact same titles that he puts out with Evil Angel, which is him with his big black cock fucking girls. That is now going to be distributed again through Pure Play Media, and Adam Hasner and the sales crew at Pure Play Media will sell this product for a fucking dollar. And that's a $10 to $20 million company. Where is the logic in anything that is going on with these brain trusts? So you have a commodity, presumably Lexington Steele and his big black cock at Evil Angel making movies. And they put out product. And at the same time, Pure Play Media, Frank Kresge, Adam Hasner, have the exact same product except with a different name, which is the name of Lexington Steele's company, Mercenary Pictures, with his face on the logo, okay, that he's promoted, that has been talked about as making $10 to $20 million a year. And that product is now going to be sold for $1. So, can anybody explain to me why you would want to buy any Lexington Steele movie from Evil Angel at $16, $17, and $18 when you can buy 200 different Lexington Steele movies through Pure Play Media for $1? Seriously. Oh, because in the new Lexington Steele movies for Evil Angel, he's actually fucking who? Who's he fucking? I'm looking at him fucking Megan Vaughn. Really, Megan Vaughn? Megan Vaughn's been around for years. That's nothing. That's nothing new. I mean, if you look at the girls that are in Black Panthers, it's not like he's fucking Riley Steele. It's not like he's fucking anybody that you would go, oh my God, I've got to buy this movie. There's nothing. It's fucking Megan Vaughn. Monique Simone. Really? Monique Simone. That's what you gotta fucking. That's what you gotta go fucking buy. Sadie Santana. That's what you gotta fucking. You gotta get that for $18 for fucking Evil Angel. Come on now, you guys. Like, come on. I mean, and the fact that Lexington Steele is on Evolution distribution. He's in, Lexington Steele is for Evolution. They take the same scenes that like he did Heavy Metal from Rosebud, Cockzilla for Evolution, Erotica. Simon Wolf chasing Big Black Dick. Starlit Fever 3. Lexington Steele. Monster Dicks for Young Chicks. It's all Lexington Steele stuff. All Lexington Steele stuff. It's all Lexington Steele stuff. The fuck am I looking at? What am I looking at? Just Lexington Steele. So again, explain this to me. Is Lexington Steele with Evil Angel at $17 and $18, and his awesome, super great company, Mercenary Pictures, is back with Frank Kresge, or I should say, he himself is reunited with Frank Kresge and Evolution and Heavy Metal, and I mean, like, what is this? Once again, you wonder why the adult business is just shitty and nobody can sell product, and none of the stores and none of the distributors and none of the people that are part of the porno food chain give a fuck about paying for product, and they don't give a fuck about any of this stuff, because right there, you got a guy who's got 200 titles that he has with Frank Kresge now that will be sold for $1. And the company was doing $20 million a year. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go blow that smoke up the same people's asses you're telling that you graduated from Syracuse with a double degree. And you're at Evil Angel putting out I mean, again, wouldn't you make a deal with Evil Angel and tell Evil Angel that you would put out all of your titles with the same company that you're making new product for? Or wouldn't you leave Evil Angel and make new product for your Mercenary Pictures through Pure Play Media and Frank Kretzky? Kind of doesn't make sense either way, does it? There is no rationale either way of this deal. So if you have a company and you have 200 titles of a company that was worth $20 million, and you are with the biggest player in the business, Pure Play Media, Frank Kretzky, wouldn't you then make new releases under your own fucking label through Frank Kretzky, Pure Play Media, IVD, East Coast News? Wouldn't you do that? Why would you continue to make product for Evil Angel? Doesn't really make sense. And if you're with Evil Angel and you're kicking ass with Evil Angel, wouldn't you take your 200 titles and go to John Stagliano and say, hey, John, hey, Christian man, let's add my old 200 titles to the catalog here and we can fucking sell the fuck out? No, you wouldn't do that? I mean, doesn't really make any sense there, does it there, guys, huh? It's kind of screwy. It's kind of bizarre. So definitely something is a little funky, don't you think? Either somebody's not selling, or maybe Mercenary Pictures was never really owned by Lexington Steele. Maybe he had a partner named Frank Kretzky. Maybe Frank Kretzky backed Mercenary Pictures Play. So in turn, guess what? All that product has to go out through Pure Play because Frank Kretzky fucking owns it. I don't know. Just speculation. Or maybe Lexington Steele's $20 million that he was making a year is gone, and he needs some cash, so he sold the line to Frank Kretzky over at Pure Play Media, and they're going to distribute it and put it out. At least that's what they say. But at the end of the day, they just gave Lexington Steele $50,000, told him to go pay his fucking back car payments and fuck off and go keep making movies for Evil Angel. Either way, the deal doesn't really make sense when you have a $20 million company that has 200 titles and it's being distributed by the biggest player in the business, Frank Kretzky, Pure Play Media, East Coast News, IVD, and your new releases are being put out through Evil Angel Entertainment over at $17 and $18. One would assume that you would either bring your new releases with your Mercenary Pictures and with Frank Kretzky, the biggest distributor and player in the business, or you would take your old titles, your $20 million company, and bring that over to Evil Angel. And that has been done. It was done with the guys that left Red Light District and went to Evil Angel. Guys brought their titles. And these things were done. When Jules Jordan left Evil Angel, he took his titles from Evil Angel and brought them to his new company. So these things are done. So that question would remain and would beg to be answered. Sure, we won't have it answered because that's like our business. Nobody really answers anything. They just kind of go through the motions and act like, let's hope nobody says anything, or nobody fucking goes, hey, this is fucking weird. Hey. So we just go through fucking life in the porn world and, basically ignore shit. So that was just something I was wondering about. So anyways, the next story, and let me take a pee real quick. Can I take a pee real quick, you guys, and then we'll jump on the next story? It'll only take 2 seconds for me to pee. I just want a pee-pee. See, do I have a minute to pee-pee? Yeah, I got a minute to pee-pee. Well, I pee-pee. I love saying that word pee-pee. It's so, you know, pee-pee. I'm going to pee-pee. And I'm going to have you guys listen to Nate Glass. You know, famous Nate Glass, the pirate guy. I'm going to have you guys talk and listen to, or not talk, but actually listen to Nate Glass when he was at that Chicago lecture with the ever voluptuous Jessica Drake. Yes, the ever voluptuous Jessica Drake at the Chicago College lecture, and one of the girls gets a little out of line. She gets a little frisky, and Nate Glass has to put her in her place. So listen to Nate Glass put this girl in her place while I go take a pee-pee, and then we'll be right back and touch on another story on AVN that was extremely funny. We'll be right back. Do I have it? Is Nate's okay? Nate's set up now. I had to see if Nate was set up. All right, here it is. Be right back. It's 2 minutes and 2 seconds, so I should be right back in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll be back before then. So here's Nate Glass putting a girl in her place at the Chicago lecture with voluptuous Jessica Drake. Here it is.
Tell me that the message or something, right? Because you're doing something trying to breastfeed with fucking foreign bodies. Is that it?
It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it had nothing to do with what? The fact that you had foreign bodies in there?
Correct.
Correct, okay, good. So you're not lying to me about fake tits.
Oh, I've never heard.
Yes, you just did. You said they weren't. You fucking lied to me.
What? I don't. I never said anything of a kind. You never asked me, I never told you. Or maybe you asked me, but I never lied about this.
I don't lie, who cares? So, they look ridiculous. Anyway, you know.
That's none of your fucking business.
It is. They look stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just an appraisal. Keep them if you want. They look stupid. See if I give a fucking. You know, but they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas bitch. They look like a Vegas whore. And you go around sashaying around in your tight clothes and stuff. I won't stand for that anymore.
I don't look around. I don't
want
look.
to be that.
I don't look around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
Public and it's a fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. Alright? Because you promote it. You are provocatively dressed all the time. You're fake boobs you have to show off. Tight outfits and tight pants so that you see your pussy from behind. And that green thing today was enough. That's provocative. Okay? I'm telling you. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't want you. Okay?
Okay.
Stay in the fucking house. I'm not giving it to you, but I'll let you stay there. Okay? And I will take care of my child, but I don't want you anymore.
Minga, fucking Nate. Nate's brutal, man. Nate's brutal. And he's talking about kids. I mean, the guy's, he's fired up. You know, little did we know that he'd come out just fucking a house on fire when it came to that that Nightline story, man. He's fired up. Fuck, man. Talking about foreign bodies. Jesus. Foreign bodies, man. That's, you know, big action. Anyways, another story that I seen on the old AVN that caught my eye, and it's really a question. It's a question, and that's how I. Well, it's not just a question. It's a lot of questions. It's a whole bunch of questions. How's that? It's okay. It's a lot of fucking questions. Okay, it's a lot of fucking questions. So here's my question. Who is over at Vivid Radio. Okay, you guys know about Vivid Radio. Let me try to take it back for a minute. There is a company called Vivid Entertainment. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, you have. Good. All right. So there's a company called Vivid Entertainment, and they are owned by Stephen Hirsch. Okay. Yes, Stephen Hirsch. Now, Stephen Hirsch owns Vivid Entertainment, along with a guy named David James, and he's been with Stephen since the beginning days. They also have a man by the name of Bill Asher, who's really the brains behind the entire operation. He really is. He's the fucking brains behind the entire operation. He really is. Now, there have made some weird business deals in the last year, 2, 3 years that are pretty bizarre. But as long as Vivid continues to have their doors open and they continue to make money, they cannot be questioned as far as their moves that they make. But from an outsider, they look bizarre. Now, they have their chairman, their boss, Stephen Hirsch, who, by all accounts, and I'm not a doctor, I can't confirm anything other than anytime I have seen Stephen, or I've seen pictures of him, or I've heard people that have met with him, they say he looks unhealthy. He looks fucked up. That is what I hear. Now, do I know that to be true? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know different people that know Stephen, and I know certain people that partake in opiate drugs. Now, could one reference that those opiate drugs are getting to Stephen? Sure. Do I know that for a fact? Absolutely not. I can only go by looking at a human being's eyes and seeing their pupils like doll eyes, just jet fucking just black as fuck. But I don't know anything. I'm just a stupid guy on a stupid radio show talking to two people. That's all. That's all I am. But I will say this. The moves that Vivid has done in the last 2 years have been extremely questionable. That would make me believe that whoever is running the ship there is not exactly operating with a clear head. Now, I know that they had a gentleman that was ahead of their TV department, their cable department, that they got from higher ups at other cable channels called, I think his name is Ken. Let me see if I can remember exactly what his exact name is, but I think his name was Ken Bosch. I think that was his name. And I think, if I recall, he was the person that was running their cable division. And they got him from, I think, either Playboy or the 10 channel, which is what Larry Flint owns. It was one of them. Now, I know Ken is not there anymore. and that was a big deal. I'm pretty sure. Now, again, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will get more information and rectify this, but as far as my knowledge of the situation, I'm pretty sure that Ken is no longer there anymore at Vivid. I think he was basically told to resign, but with a full salary. So I think he still has a contract, but his contract is still in place, so he is basically sitting around collecting a paycheck until it runs out, and that's it. Now, again, I will get more of the name, but I think it's Ken Bosch. Again, could be wrong on that, but it's Ken. And I will completely and fully have that name, but right now we'll go with Ken. Now, he was running their TV division, which, as you know, is basically stalled to a complete fucking old cutlass. And literally, Vivid TV is nothing more than any of the other internet cable channels that other people have, with the exception of, I think, Vivid TV is offered on DirecTV, which doesn't really say much because you could get Ring of Honor Championship Wrestling on DirecTV. Exactly. So it doesn't take a lot to get on DirecTV and Dish Network. The big boys are Time Warner, Comcast. That controls 90% of the shit. I think now they control every aspect of the cable television market. And when you're talking about homes being wired for cable, and they're throwing around 60, 70 million homes, 80 million homes, that is a huge number compared to 9 million people from DirecTV and Dish Network. So their cable channel that they like to claim that they have is basically nothing. It's shit. Okay, it's just shit. And their productions are all but done. And any movies you see that come out are either old movies that were made a while ago, or they are something that equates to a celebrity sex tape, which is basically just Vivid purchasing some half-ass celebrity that's on VH1's Rock of Love from 5 years ago, who was like the 7th contestant booted off, and she decided to go to Cabo San Lucas and have somebody lick her pussy. And that's what is now going to sell. So that is all and exactly what Vivid is. Now, there was a company called Manwin / Playboy / Brazzers / MindGeek. All of the names, Digital Playground, that we all know and love, that are under the Manwin MindGeek label. They had a radio station that was on Sirius XM. And, of course, it's paid. Sirius XM is not saying to Manwin, hey, we're going to pay you $1 million a year, $2 million a year to broadcast on our network. That's not what Sirius does. Manwin paid. Okay, you pay to play. Their contract was up, and it was not renewed. They basically got booted off Sirius. Now, when I say booted, basically the pocketbook and the checkbooks ceased to operate. money was not going to flow. They weren't going to pay for this division. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, if it made sense and made money, they would have continued with it. Well, guess what? When that spot was open, lo and behold, Mr. Awesome Business Move, Stephen Hirsch, swooped right in and bought up the time slot that used to be Manway. And that time slot is now called Vivid Radio. That is exactly what is now in place and has been in place for the last couple months. And basically, you've heard nothing of this entity. And remember, Sirius Satellite is the premise of they have content that is in radios, and so far is in radios, is in cars, and so forth and so on. And what this station does is they have programming, and they have subscribers. It's kind of like Netflix. And you subscribe to the radio station, rather it's Sirius, Netflix, or any of that, for a certain amount of month, and you get all the programming. And Sirius's concept is you like all the programming and you stay a member. It's satellite radio. We've talked about satellite radio before, and the fact that satellite radio is kind of something that was a good concept, but ultimately it failed because the internet is the newest craze when it comes to radio. And right now, I am on almost as many Sirius satellite people, in the sense of this. All the new cars that are being made in America are being made where they're now, and I'm not talking about your fucking $11,000 fucking car, but anything that is in the $20,000 to $25,000 price range, okay? Any one of these, and that is what matters, because those are the ranges of people that would pay for satellite radio, okay? You can't say, well, what about those people that are in the $10,000 car range? Somebody who buys a $10,000 car probably isn't paying X amount a month to listen to a fucking radio. So all of these new cars that are coming out in the last 2 years, and now more and more future cars, meaning it used to just be your Mercedes-Benz and Jaguars and cars like that. Now you're basically getting every car manufacturer to put these in. The dashboards, and we've all seen the dash consoles where you can sync up your iPhones, and it's a little computer screen. Well, what's happening now is most of these car companies are installing an internet access. So it's not something where you have your keyboard and you're getting online, but it's an internet interface that is open to certain companies and certain apps that people can download from the internet and have on their car. So now what's happening is companies like TuneIn, who have apps that are now being put in these cars, are being available to millions of automobiles. And TuneIn is something that people that have internet radio can get on. You literally, we have a show on TuneIn, okay? And if you have a car that has the dashboard accessibility with an internet interface, you now can listen to the Rob Black Show no different than you listen to Vivid Radio or Howard Stern. So ultimately, internet radio, satellite radio is really only internet radio. That's all it is. Okay? It's all it is. So the concept of internet radio or of satellite radio years ago as being this bastion of the next frontier is basically a thing of the past. It's really just a thing of the past because internet radio and anything streamed over the internet is now becoming the norm. I mean, let's face it, Netflix is available and is thriving and is making hundreds of millions of dollars, and it is solely accessible if you have an internet connection. I mean, think about that. All you need is a fucking internet connection, and guess what? You have Netflix. That's it. If you have an internet connection, you now have Netflix. And if you have an internet connection and you want to pay $50 for a Roku, you now have accessibility to basically hundreds upon hundreds of channels through the internet. Major League Baseball is on the internet, on Roku. Hockey's on there. And I surmise that, give it another year, you will see a form of football on the Roku because you can get ESPN on the Roku. And if you can get ESPN on the Roku, that means you can get ESPN football games on the fucking Roku. So ultimately, the satellite radio industry is basically shit. Because as long as there's internet, and as long as technology advancements keep improving, internet radio is no different than satellite radio. It is. And I remember I used to have a satellite radio. I actually had a boombox, and you would get Sirius on this boombox, and it had a interface that you could pop off your car and bring in and plug into your boombox. And then you could get a code and listen to Sirius on your computer. Now, once you had the code and you could listen to your Sirius on your computer, you have internet radio. The only difference of Sirius satellite was the car availability, and was the fact that you had car companies saying, we're going to put all of our cars having Sirius XM. And that was it. But now, with these new interfaces, you basically are competing with Sirius XM. And that is how these companies are able to get around Sirius XM going, hey, guys, whoa, you're putting things in the cars that are competing with us. Well, no, we're not. We're just putting internet accessibility. And they're saying, yeah, but there's radio stations that are available on the internet that can have apps that go into all these cars. The car manufacturers are going, and they can't fight the technology. So ultimately, Stephen Hirsch and the power up there, and we're not really sure what that power is, had figured that they're going to have Vivid Radio. And Vivid Radio has been on for a couple months. Nobody cares about it. You don't hear it talked about in mainstream magazines. You don't hear any of the mainstream web news agencies talk about it. For Christ's sakes, Huffington Post and Cosmopolitan, two porn-friendly organizations. I've never seen articles written about Vivid Radio. You would think that there would be a huge press push that would talk about Vivid Radio on Huffington Post or on Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan does articles on fat fuck Kelly Shibari, for Christ's sakes, eating a leg of ham. You would think Cosmopolitan would do articles about Vivid Radio and how it is one of the most prestigious and most listened to things on satellite radio. Nothing. Literally. Nothing. You don't hear anything. Which is, once again, my favorite word, perplexing. Why would you not hear a fucking word about Vivid Radio on any of the print media? And when I say print media, there's not a lot of print media left, but you have your Maxim magazine, you have your FHM, you still have your men's magazine that, why not have articles? Why not have interviews? Why not talk about this brand Vivid and their radio station that's on Sirius XM alongside Howard Stern and all the other Opie and Anthony and all these other programs? Why would there not be talk of this? Why? Because nobody gives a shit. It's Vivid Radio. It's the most boring, most monotonous, most uninspiring listening experience you could ever want. Seriously, you literally, when you tune on to Vivid Radio and you listen to nothing but uneducated and ignorant porn girls drone on about the most just stupidest shit that you could imagine, and listen to a bunch of lonely truck drivers call and talk to these girls, you literally go, what the fuck? What? You get embarrassed. You literally feel embarrassed that you're listening to this because the girls think they're actually doing something that's entertaining, like, oh, look, I'm on the radio. And the guys that are calling them, you're embarrassed because they're actually getting off on talking to a girl through the radio while they're driving their truck and playing with their dick. And you just sit there and cringe at what is happening. I mean, literally, you cringe at what is happening. And so you constantly, Jesus, hold on. I'm getting the, hold on a second, you guys. I was getting the information that our feed is down. So let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Let me check. Sometimes this shit happens. Information, that our feed is. Hey, crippled. You know what? I don't even know why I listen to people anymore. Like, Crippled Dan, are you fucking retarded? Seriously, Crippled Dan, are you fucking retarded? I'm sorry, guys, but we have one of our show contributors, Crippled Dan, and at 1:14 he goes, feed is down on both sites. I just clicked on adult FYI, and I just listened to my big fat fucking mouth talk. Fucking man. Seriously. You gotta help me out here, man. You gotta help me out. Why am I surrounded by fucking retards? That's all I want to know. I'm even surrounded by retards that are living in fucking Pennsylvania. Seriously. I'm surrounded by retards that are even living in Pennsylvania. How's that for a fucking for something. And I'm looking at myself on the Rob Black show. Cripple Dan, you're a fucking retard! That's all I want to know. I'm even surrounded by retards that are living in fucking Pennsylvania. Seriously. I'm serious. I'm surrounded by fucking retards. It was down. I switched to YouTube. I'm listening to that now. I thought I would let you, but it's not down, Cripple Dan. You are living in Amish country. It's not. I was just watching myself, Cripple Dan. I was watching myself. Well, everybody right now just heard me. I clicked on the Rob Black show, and we heard Rob Black screaming at Rob Black. I switched to YouTube, and I'm listening to that now. Thought I would let you know. Well, Cripple Dan, you let me know something that wasn't happening. You broke my flow. I think you're a plant from fucking... I think you're a fucking plant. Okay? I think you're a fucking plant. That's what I think. I think you're a fucking plant. Thirdly, I think he's a fucking plant. The guy's got to be a plant. He's got to be a plant working with... I know you guys are laughing. He's got to be a plant that is working with Vivid and everybody else. Seriously, he's got to be a plant. That's the only way I can describe Cripple Dan. To just break the flow to tell us that our shit ain't working, but yet we're on as we speak. 15 minutes ago, it was down. I shot you an email to tell you it was not working. Next time, I'll keep info to myself. Okay, but we were on, Cripple Dan. There's nothing I can do if we're on and you say we're off and we're on. But we're on. We're on. We're on. We're on. It's Cripple Dan. It's gonna give me a fucking heart attack. Seriously, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack from Cripple Dan. Okay. I forgot where I was going with my Vivid story because Cripple Dan got me all fucking flustered. Seriously, I'm flustered. I'm literally flustered from Cripple Dan. Okay. Thank you, Cripple Dan. You got me flustered now. You know what I should be doing right now? I should be knee deep into the Vivid story, but instead, Cripple Dan has got me fucking flustered. I think I need to take a break now because Cripple Dan's got me nuts. He does. He's got me nuts. I'm fucking nuts here. Cripple Dan has got me fucking nuts. All right, let me fucking... And I know he's going to respond to me right now. You cripple motherfucker. Cripple Dan, let me tell you something. If I seen you right now, I'd like to beat you with a crutch. I'd like to beat you with one of your own crutches. I do. I mean, is that wrong of me to want to beat you with a crutch? I literally want to beat you with a crutch. If that's wrong, tell me it's wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. That's all I want to know is that I'm wrong for wanting to beat you with a crutch. That's it. Please, tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Cripple Dan, to want to beat you with a crutch. Right now. Right now. Beat you with a crutch. Just tell me. Tell me that beating you with a crutch is not safe. Tell me that beating you with a crutch and making you drink from your own piss bag is not something that I should want to do. Tell me that. Tell me that. On 2 computers, refresh and still off. That would lead me to believe you were down. I don't have crutches. Cripple Dan, you have crutches. Okay? And let me tell you something, Cripple Dan. Okay? There's a guy in the other room who's equally as crippled as you are. And his name is Tom Byron. And he thrives on the fact of when we are down to run in here and break my flow and tell me that we are down. I mean, seriously. He literally lives to come in here and tell me that we are down. And trust me, when we're down, this motherfucker runs in here and tells me that we are down. He literally comes in here and says, excuse me, I don't mean to break your flow, but we're down. Seriously, he lives for that. There ain't nothing more than he lives for, and that's humming, okay? Because he loves to fucking hum. He loves to fucking hum. He literally, do you realize what type of people hum? Nutso people hum. The 2 things that he loves to do in this world more than smoke, okay? Literally, there's 3 things that are on his list of love to do. That's smoking, which he can't get enough of. He's got to smoke, loves to smoke. Humming, loves to hum. I mean, commercials will come on, and this fucking guy will hum. There will be a commercial on K-Rock, okay? Literally, on K-Rock, they'll be like, come on down to Jeff's Auto House. And it'll be like, ding, 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 ding. And he'll literally be like, when he's driving. And you're like, really? You're fucking humming jingles from a fucking commercial, man. All right? So humming, commercials or music of any kind, smoking, and running in this room to tell me that our feed is off are the 3 things Tom Byron fucking lives for. There ain't nothing more than he lives for than those 3 things. And he didn't come in here and tell me the fucking feed was off. And if he didn't run in here and tell me the feed was off, guess what? The fucking feed wasn't off. So, Cripple Dan, it's a conspiracy, okay? It is a motherfucking conspiracy that you, my friend, are conducting. You're conspiring with Stephen Hirsch. You're conspiring with Paul Fishbein. You're conspiring with Mike South. You're conspiring with Mercenary Pictures. You're conspiring with Frank Kresge. You're conspiring with Rick Santorum. You're conspiring with, let me think of someone else. Diane Duke. You're conspiring with the crazy guy that shot the Jew kid and his Jew grandfather and the Jew mom out in whatever the fuck that place was, but he was the white supremacy guy. You're conspiring with that guy. You're conspiring with the Malaysian airliners to prevent the finding of the goddamn aircraft and the 245 gooks. You're conspiring with, who else are you? You're fucking conspiring with everybody. You're conspiring with that fucking, you're conspiring with that fucking cop car that's putting the sirens on to fuck with my show. That's what you're conspiring with. Okay? All those things you're conspiring with them and them. You're conspiring with everybody to fuck with my show. You know why? Because the humming, smoking, show interrupter Tom Byron came in here and said, excuse me, your feed's down. Sorry to interrupt you. And then he leaves. But he didn't do that, Cripple Dan. You know why? because we were only down in your fucking mind. Okay? 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 Well, I don't, you know what, Crippled Dan? Crippled Dan says, what if Tom is part of the conspiracy and didn't tell you the feed was down, even if it was? How do you know we aren't in it together? Because I know. I know. I know this. I know this. Because he knows I would do Kung Fu. Okay? Anyways. I feel like I need to fucking take another break. I feel like I need to take another break. I feel like I can't go on anymore. Okay? I feel like I can't go on anymore. I feel like I need to basically recompose my thoughts as I was talking to you about Vivid. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling that I need to rethink my position. Tom Byron just said, nothing wrong with the feed. Feed was never down. Feed was never down! Ever! Ever! Chinese ninja stars. Let me take a break of my water here. Okay. Anyways, let me get back to the Vivid Roundtable. So anyways, I gave you a brief synopsis of Vivid Radio. And exactly what the fuck are they thinking at the Vivid building? And I explained that their brain capacity was pretty small when it came to forward thinking about the great business idea of putting together the concept to have a Vivid Radio on Sirius Satellite. Now, I bring all of this up because on AVN, and I say this on AVN, okay? I don't know who Scott Finney is, and Tom Byron is not part of the conspiracy, and Tom Byron just relayed. Tom Byron said, fuck Crippled Dan, and for the record, I hate to tell you the feed is down, but I do love to smoke and hum. There it is. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So Crippled Dan, I'm told, fuck you. All right. Now let's get back on to the concept of let's get back to the concept of fuck, man, it's like activity all over the place out here. Fuck it, and it's like, I know I'm going to be interrupted. Get back to the Vivid concept. Here's the Vivid concept. My question is, at what point does the brain trust at Vivid decide that maybe what they're doing it was a bad move? Or does that never happen? Seriously, does that never happen? And if it never happens, I'm down with that. I'm cool. All right? I'm down with it never happening. But I have a question then. Who is it then that is actually, okay, and this is a good question, who is it then that is actually programming for Vivid? Seriously, who's programming for Vivid then? Who's programming? And what that means is who's the person that is in charge of putting people on the radio? Who's in charge of creating the shows? Who's in charge of making sure that there's programming on there that people are entertained with? Okay, that's a question. Because today they made an announcement that Stephen Hirsch, who is the co-chairman of Vivid Radio and Vivid Entertainment, will be on this Friday with his good friend, blowjob buddy, Paul Fishbein. And now let me read this press release because it's perplexing to me that if you're programming content and you actually want to try to make content that people would listen to. Now, granted, I'm just a dildo. I'm a nobody. I'm a loser. I'm a jack-off, okay? And that nobody would want to talk to me or go on the air with me. I get that. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, I had a well of people that I could go to and pull on my show to create entertaining and fascinating radio. I mean, let's think about that. If I could have a well, and when I say a well, a big old bastion of people that I could talk to, and I could create programming, one would assume that by picking my guests and creating this entertainment for you all, I would be good at it. Because in turn, I'm spending millions of dollars on a lease agreement with Sirius Satellite where I would want to get bang for my buck. So let me explain this press release and the exact details, and you're going to love this. And I know some of you might not fathom exactly what I'm going to read, and you might go, well, Rob, there's nothing wrong with that. But let me explain how unbelievably, how do I put it, irrelevant some of these people are. Which either shows you that Steve Hirsch and Paul Fishbein are so out of the loop as far as what is pertinent in this entertainment business of porn, or they're too fucking stupid, or they're just fucked up on dope, or all the above. So let's talk about this. 6 of the most celebrated directors in the history of adult will sit with Vivid Entertainment co-chairman Stephen Hirsch and X360 president Paul Fishbein Friday on their Vivid radio program, the CEO Roundtable. Now, if you guys go to Paul Fishbein's X360, it's not X360. It pulls up a site called InsideAdult.com, and it has not been updated in months and months and months and months. The section that says recently updated is dating 2013. Seriously, 2013, 2013. Whoop, 2014. So there's one 2014 video. 2013, 2013, 2005, 2014. So you got one video, two videos that are 2014, 2013, 2013, 2013. Wow. 2014. Okay. Wow. So you got three. 2013. I mean, really, that's the recently updated. Isn't that great, guys? And they're most popular, and what's trending now, they actually have, and I love Jeff, I mean, he's a cool dude, but they have Wizard of Oz as a 2013 what's trending now. And then Making of Men in Black, a hardcore parody. And then Interview with Lily LeBeau, who's got long hair, and she's bald now. But, hey, it's 2013. Again, that is the Godfather parody, Dream Zone. That's 2012. And that's what's trending now. These are trending things. Yeah, they're trending in Paul Fishbein's fucking mind. Anyways, the round table to discuss the future of adult entertainment. So you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, we're going to be talking about some heavy fucking hitters. The show airs at 1 p.m. On Sirius XM channel 102 on Friday. Hirsch and Fishbein, after they get done sucking each other off, will trace the modern evolution of adult entertainment and look into the future to the eyes of the following 6 masters of the craft. Are you ready? Oh man, this is just Paul Thomas. An AVN and XRCO Hall of Fame inductee and winner of countless awards for best-selling movies such as Debbie Does Dallas Again. Former actor in mainstream films including Jesus Christ Superstar, Thomas has acted in over 500 and directed more than 300 adult movies. Okay. What the fuck has Paul Thomas done that's been relevant in the adult business in how many years? Seriously, what has Paul Thomas done that's been relevant? I think he's done 2 movies in like 6 years. I think he did Behind the Green Door remake, and he did The Graduate parody for Howard, I'm a Retard Levine, and Jerry Estrada. So he's done 2 movies in what, 6 years? How is Paul Thomas relevant in any direction of what the adult industry filmmakers are going? I get it if this was a past, you know, the roundtable discussion is going to be past legends of filmmaking. I get it. But you're going to talk about the future of filmmaking with Paul Thomas? Are you for real? The next roundtable person, Andrew Blake. Andrew Blake. Are you even beyond real? Andrew Blake, also an AVN and XRCO Hall of Fame member who calls his films erotic fashion. His movies have been described as lavishly produced and lovingly edited. Really, when's the last Andrew Blake movie? A decade ago? Seriously, when did Andrew Blake make a fucking movie that was relevant in the adult business in the last 10 years? How does Andrew Blake have any insight on what is happening today and the future of the adult business? Seriously, can anybody help me out with that? The third roundtable heavyweight, Ed Powers, owner of Ed Powers Production, who is best known for Dirty Debutante series and is yet another member of both AVN and XRCO Hall of Fame. Ed Powers. Again, when the fuck has Ed Powers been, when the fuck did anybody give a shit about Dirty Debutantes? I think it was back in the late 90s. We're in 2014. When is Ed Powers relevant in the adult market today? How can Ed Powers literally sit there and tell anybody on the future of the adult business? How? How does fucking Ed Powers discuss the future of the adult business when Ed Powers has no future in the adult business? Andrew Blake has no future in the adult business, and Paul Thomas has no future in the adult business. How do you discuss the future of the adult business with three people that don't have their own futures in the adult business? How does this fucking work? Who the fuck is programming and putting together shows for Paul Fishbein and Steve Hirsch? What are they together? After they suck each other's cock, one spits out a wad of cum, and then he goes, I got an idea. And Steve goes, wipe your mouth, Paul. I can't believe you didn't swallow my jizz. I got an idea, Steve. We're going to discuss the future of porn. And because we don't know anything about the future of porn, we'll just, fuck it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. What's the future? And then they come in there with the fourth person, Joanna Angel, in the New Jersey-bred graduate of Rutgers University. Okay? Bullshit. Joanna Angel, I'd love for you to produce a diploma with a degree in whatever fucking bullshit field you took at Rutgers. Because your degree would be bullshit because you never graduated from Rutgers University. That is bullshit. But Joanna Angel is going to do what? Except talk about a what? Fucking alt porn that's been dead since Vivid Vivid had a brand called alt porn. And that lasted for about a year and a half. Joanna Angel makes porn with tattooed chicks, which nobody gives a shit about anymore. So what's the future of the adult industry with Joanna Angel? Anybody want to tell me? Well, how is Joanna Angel the future of the adult business? Okay. Thank you. Except she has a Vivid radio show called Lewd, Screwed, and Tattooed. So basically, it was just easy to get Joanna Angel to come on because Paul Fishbein and Steve Hirsch are the laziest motherfuckers in the world. So it's easy just to get somebody who's already on the radio, on their channel. Okay, I get it, lazy fucks. The next person is Jules Jordan. Now, Jules Jordan, I'll give you Jules. He's one of the last of the dying gonzo breed that are actually clinging on to whatever little life there is in the market that Jules Jordan fucking glommed onto his entire fucking career. I get it. I get Jules. I totally get Jules Jordan. And then the final person is our favorite Axel Braun, who 100% is relevant in this fucking program. 100%. It's Axel, who is right now the king of movies, not just parodies, but Axel Braun could spit out a movie right now that's not a parody, like his 35mm blockbuster Compulsion, that would fucking blow people's fucking minds. That's Axel. Okay? That's Axel. So basically, this roundtable meeting, okay? Think about this. At the end is, this may be one of the most remarkable Vivid radio programs so far, Hirsch said. Paul and I, after we get done sucking each other's dicks, will really get these people talking. And people who are looking for what's next in the adult industry will get some solid answers during this show. Who are you going to get solid answers from? Ed Powers? Andrew Blake? Paul Thomas? 3 assholes who don't even have a future in this fucking business themselves, and they're gonna fucking talk about the future of the business? Joanna Angel? Really? Joanna Angel, her content is so niched out because guess what? If you're making a romance movie, or you're making a parody, or you're making anything that has to have women that look like your normal, vanilla-styled actresses, or basically your people next door, so you can actually believe the concept of the movie, a spy thriller, a political thriller. Maybe you want to do a remake of a Veep series or a House of Cards, where you want to do something that involves politics. Who are you going to use? Joanna Angel and her cast of tattooed freaks? Really? Oh, hello, Senator. Hi, with my tattoos that say hate on my knuckles. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Where the fuck are you going? Joanna Angel has niched herself into the smallest, tiniest fabric of the adult business, where the only thing her and her group of retards can do is tattooed freak porn. Or, of course, biker porn. They can always do biker porn. Other than that, if you're fucking casting for anything that is remotely story-driven and you want to be featured as nothing more than a filler girl, you know, basically how people take Bonnie Rotten and go, all right, I got this script and I need some filler girl. Okay, I'll throw Bonnie Rotten in because she'll be the girl that the guy picks up at the bar and fucks. Doesn't matter what she looks like. She could be the punker chick at the bar. Doesn't matter. But she won't be the fucking lead. She won't be the lead in the Brad Armstrong movie. She won't be the second lead in the Brad Armstrong. No, of course not. Because normally in the fabric of our society, in most of the norms that we watch, we don't see people with tattoos on their knuckles that say hate or things like that. I mean, I never even went to a restaurant that, you know, was anything more than a $2 fucking meal. But I've never gone to a restaurant with girls that have tattoos on their necks and tattoos on their hands. Thank you. Who here, raise your hand if you've gone to a fucking Applebee's where your waitress has had nose rings, tattoos on her necks, and fucking tattoos on her fucking fingers. Thank you. Who's gone to a Ruth Chris? Who's gone to an Olive Garden? Nobody has ever gone to a restaurant that is above that of a biker bar and been waited on by a girl with tattoos on her knuckles that say hate and kill and fucking tattoos on her neck and tattoos on her face. Nobody. So there is no future of the adult business for alt porn except exactly what it is. A bunch of fucking skanky biker girls with tattoos all over their body getting fucked. That's it. That is it. So basically you have two relevant people in the Vivid Roundtable, Axel and Jules Jordan. Like, really? Why would you not get Brad Armstrong? Why would you not get Jeff Mullen? Why would you not get any? I'm just completely perplexed. Why would you not get people that are actually relevant today and that are actually producing movies? Okay, that are actually producing movies that people are. I mean, I don't get this. You've got to be the laziest motherfuckers in the world to be booking this Vivid radio program. Or you're out of the loop, or you're fucked up on drugs, or you're fucking stupid. But it's perplexing. I mean, literally, go to the XRCO award. I mean, you know what? Paul Fishbein, why don't you guys get Dana D'Armond? Well, why didn't you get fucking somebody like that? Why didn't you fucking go and get a girl that's working with Evil Angel that's actually fucking making movies that are relevant? And you all know how I feel about Evil Angel and all those people, but for Christ's sakes, I'm not fucking stupid. There's a difference. I told all of you this. There's a difference from my opinion and what I feel about people and stories that I have from my past and my interactions. And then there's business. What's right for business. What's good for business. Okay? And what's right and good for business is different than my opinion. I can have an opinion that some of you don't like because it's very biting and it's very harsh. But guess what? I will always say what's good for business. I will always say what's good for business. And it makes absolutely no fucking sense to have Joanna Angel on a radio show to discuss the future of porn, but you don't go and get Bobby Starr or a Dana Vespoli or the other girl I said, Dana D'Armond. How do you? I don't. It's again completely fucking ludicrous. Completely ludicrous. Just ludicrous. It's fucking absurd. What fucking Jackie St. James? It's ludicrous. Fucking ludicrous. So, Vivid Radio, Steve Hirsch, Paul Fishbein, gotta be the two biggest morons going today. Seriously. I could have booked this show and had real fucking entertainment. Axel Braun, Jules Jordan, fucking Brad Armstrong, throw in fucking Dana D'Armond or Dana Vespoli. Jesus Christ. Fucking Jackie St. James. Jackie St. James has had more relevant movies in the last 2 years than Joanna Angel has done her entire career. That's a fact. That's a fact. Jackie St. James is part of a organization, and her husband/boyfriend is part of an organization that constantly, consistently puts out movies that are a must-have in all the video chain stores, cable. What the fuck is Joanna Angel? Seriously. Again, this just shows you what happens when a bunch of fanboys like Paul Fishbein and Steve Hirsch have some money and like blowing each other, and you get them being program directors at a radio station and doing the most absurd things that you could possibly imagine. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Vivid Radio. That is their big, important that's their big, important well, shit. Steve Hirsch said, and Paul said it'll be one of the most remarkable Vivid Radio programs so far. Really? Okay. Well, these two idiots don't know how to do business, and it just is evident there. So there you go. And I think we put an exclamation point proudly on that article. And at the end of the day, we're going to close out with this segment because we're going to get ready for the news that we can use. If Katie Summers can hold on 1 second, I want to see if I can make a call to somebody and see if they'll answer. So hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if this will work. Bear with me, and let's see if this is going to come up, okay? And see if you guys are with me on this. And bear with me. La 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 la. I don't know if this number still works. I got it in my old phone. Let's see if this still works. Make it a special call.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8.
La 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 la. Can't let you guys hear that.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Listen to me. Braun, it's Rob Black. I don't know if this is still your number, you fucker, but we're calling you live on the air. If this is still your number, hit me back. This is my private number. I know it came up private. That's probably why you didn't answer it. Hit me back. We just want to talk to you about being the greatest director in the world, and we want to talk to you about your possible sweep tonight and the XRCO award for being the best director and best parodies and all that stuff. So, Axel Braun, hit us back. Don't be a pussy, you fag. Don't be a fucking pussy. And I'm not going to put you on the spot and get you in trouble with anybody, okay? I'll be nice. I'll be fucking nice. So hit us back, Axel Braun. It's the Rob Black Show. We're on for another hour. Don't be a fag. Hit us back. Don't be a fag, okay? Don't be a fag. We'll talk to you later. Plus, I want you to give us updates tonight on the winners, because we'll be live tonight. And we want to talk to you from the show tonight as you win. So don't be a fag. And then maybe you can put Brad on, and well, because he's going to win too. Tell him to stop being a fag. All you guys, stop being fags! All right, talk to you later. Bye. All right, that was Axel Braun. I got his number here. I don't know if it's still his number, but we'll see if he calls back. We'll see if that worked. All right, guys, I'm going to hit up Katie Summers right now for the news that we can use. So let's get her on the line. And, guys, I want you to tell me if Katie Summers is lagging today, okay? I want you guys to tell me if Katie Summers is going to be lagging today, all right? Because if she's lagging today, I want her to turn off one of the streams. So if she's lagging today, I want you guys to tell me. So here we go. We're going to call Katie Summers right now and do a little news that we can use. So here we go. Katie Summers, this is Robert Black from the Rob Black Radio Show. And we are welcoming the entire world to this broadcast. And of course, we are presenting the one, the only, news that you can use. Katie Summers, and let me preference this, Katie Summers, I am having them make sure that the feed is not lagging, because if the feed is lagging, I'm going to have you turn off the other camera. So if that happens, be prepared for that. But if we're okay, then we're going to take it away. So Katie Summers, give us the motherfucking news! Oh, your mom is watching today. So should I not take my penis out and shake it into the camera? Oh, Jesus. All right, Katie Summers, give us the news that we can use so your mom can be informed about all of the new things that are going on in the world that is out there. So you're saying that Kim Kardashian was riding her big fat ass on a bike and she fell, and people laughed, and that was it. Basically, she fell off of a bike because she's fat. I find it funny that you don't know how to ride a bike. That all of the years of you growing up, nobody in your family taught you how to ride a bike. So that would mean you weren't taught how to ride a bike, because if you're taught how to ride a bike, that means you know how to ride a bike. That means somebody tried to teach you to ride a bike and you failed at the concept of riding the bike. Well, yeah, okay, but you don't know how to ride a bike. I mean, riding a bike isn't that difficult. I mean, it's really not that difficult. Do you want me to teach you to ride a bike? I see, I see. All right, so okay, so we're not gonna teach you how to ride a bike. All right, give me another fucking story. Why is she removing her barbed wire tattoo? Pamela Anderson is removing her barbed wire tattoo, everybody. Why is she removing her? That just makes no fucking sense. Well, okay, so she's gonna get her tattoo removed. I just think that's silly because it's such a pain in the ass to actually get tattoos removed. I mean, it really is a pain in the ass to get tattoos removed, and and they never look 100% right, and they never look 100%, clean. So they're always there, and you can always see remnants of it. So to me, unless the tattoo is something like Liz Taylor that has the name of a porno chick above your cunt, leave the fucking tattoo. Or unless you got some white supremacy, I hate black people. So, all right, listen to me, Katie. Do me a favor. If there's nobody on your gold, log that off because I keep hearing that you are freezing and you are lagging. And now I've heard that from 2 people. What? Oh, wow, you have people in there? Well, how does it stop? Well, how long is that? I thought you could just stop it. I thought you could stop it and you don't get any money. Like if you stop a gold show, you just don't get paid off of it. I thought that was the premise. Yeah, that's what I mean. If they leave, stop the camera because everybody's saying you're lagging. So you're freezing and you're lagging, which sucks. So yeah, that sucks. Why the fuck would someone want to just watch? The whole purpose is to listen to you and watch you do the news. So what the fuck? People are just going to have me standing here by the window nodding my fucking head. That's retarded. You have a callus on your finger. Wow, that's nice. All right, so give me some more news. I mean, might as well let's keep rolling with it, and then when just keep watching if that person gets out of there, so we can fucking so you could kill that, and we could fucking get you. Because if anybody's watching you, it's not an enjoyable experience. So why give them? I mean, it's like sucking a dick and grinding your teeth on the guy's dick. It's fucking horrible. No, I was gonna say don't worry about that. We can't make the show go until 5 o'clock because there's what I'm saying. We just do the show. And the people, if it's freezing in the beginning like this, as soon as that person logs out, we're fucking out of there, and then that's it. People will just see the lagging for the next couple minutes until that person logs out. So. Well, that's actually pretty big news. I'm surprised. Well, I mean, I didn't go on the news blogs today, mainstream news blogs. But that's some pretty big fucking news that the Who's getting back together and they're gonna put out a new record. That seriously, that they've teased that of creating new music and stuff for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. So it's definitely interesting, and I think big news that they're actually going to do it. Now the only thing you need is to have Jimmy Page and Robert Plant get back together, Led Zeppelin. They're like the only other two band from back in the day that has music that everybody still listens to and loves, and yet both of them are still alive, but yet they've never got back together and created music. Robert Plant has played with every performer there is. He's written music with little folk singer girls, and Jimmy Page just sits somewhere in London and plays with his prick and counts his money. Then you would have always wondered why those two never got back together and said, hey, let's pump out another Stairway to Heaven. I mean, you got to think about it. They haven't played music or written together in, 30 years? You got to figure they got one hit in them. One fucking hit. They got to have one. Yeah, one of them had a fucking nervous breakdown, and yeah, I think one of them's dead. I think I don't know. Yeah, I think Gilmore is still alive. I don't even know. One of them I think is dead, or I don't even know. It's Waters and Gilmore. I don't fucking know who's alive or who's dead. But yeah, same thing. They haven't made it. He hasn't done anything. I think what happens. I think these guys made music that was just so iconic that they're terrified to try to create something new, because they know if it's not anywhere near what they created 30 years ago, their legacy will be ruined. So I think Robert Plant and Jimmy Page are terrified to try to write something new, because if they write something new, people go, this sucks, their legacy is fucking forever destroyed. It's kind of like a boxer coming out of retirement that you watch beat people's asses, and all of a sudden they come out of retirement after 10 years, and everybody gets excited and they get in the ring and they get the shit kicked out of them, and everybody goes, oh, and that's the last thing you fucking remember is them getting the shit kicked out of them. It's kind of like Muhammad Ali, a lot of people remember Ali for the great things he did, but a lot of people also remember Muhammad Ali for getting the shit kicked out of him by Larry Holmes when Ali was fat and not shaved and fucking already was suffering from Alzheimer's disease. So I think that's what happens with these bands like Zeppelin and shit, where it's like, what are we gonna do? We're never gonna create a Misty Mountain Hop, or we're never gonna create Stairway to Heaven or Kashmir. So if we produce anything that's less awesome than that, people are going to say we suck. And I think that's why The Who has waited so long. Because The Who is one of those bands that have had awesome music, and they've had classic hits. And they're just like, if we produce something that's not good, people are going to say we suck. Because I'll tell you, I think when Ozzy got together with Ozzy and Led Zeppelin, when Ozzy got together with Black Sabbath again, and they put out that new record recently, there was nothing good on. There was nothing on that record that you went, oh my God, it's fucking Iron Man. Oh my God, it's fucking Fairwear Boots. Oh my God. No, it was just like, it sounds like fucking, old. It is what it is. It's nothing special. It came and gone, as they would say. It came and gone. That'd be exciting. AC/DC's always good for pumping out something fucking catchy. I mean they don't pump out the music like they did back in the day with Back in Black, where they're making fucking 10 songs and 5 of them are like, oh my god, these are hits. But every record they still put out something that you go classic AC/DC, and it's like fucking something memorable. So that'll be exciting to hear a new AC/DC record. Totally. Go ahead. Oh, you know what? Yeah, and that's wow. I didn't know that. So that's probably news in the music business because I don't know if you know this, Catherine, but Malcolm is the brother of Angus because it's 2 brothers. It's Angus Young and Malcolm Young. And them 2 are the driving force of AC/DC. Believe it or not, Malcolm Young writes a lot of that music along with Angus. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's somebody that you just can't. It would kind of be like Van Halen and having Eddie continue the band with Alex, which is the drummer. That the drummer's the brother. And if Alex died, I doubt Van Halen. I doubt Eddie Van Halen would continue and be playing music with some studio drummer and not his brother. It's different when it's just a band member that you've been with for 20, 30 years, but it's something else when it's your fucking family, and that family is such an intricate part. And like I said, Malcolm plays the rhythm guitar and comes up, if you read a lot of the liner notes on the AC/DC records, Malcolm has his hand in writing a lot of that music. So I totally could see AC/DC being done once Malcolm dies, because he was the one of the creators of that of AC/DC. So that's heavy shit, man. And if they're talking like that, that's a foregone conclusion that Malcolm's probably gonna die relatively soon. If they're trying to get a record out and they're trying to get a tour out, he's probably got the cancer, or he's got something where with treatment and stuff they probably say, yeah, you probably got 2 years to live if you're lucky. Kind of like a Chris Mann cancer. The fucking Chris Mann's had cancer for like a fucking year and he's still going strong. So it's probably one of those things where it's like you got the cancer, and with some treatments and shit like that, you could keep going. But at any moment, the cancer devil will turn on you and fucking kill you. Yes, 8. Very good concept. Very good concept. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, a student told the teacher that unless the teacher gave him a good grade, they were going to throw her in the gas chamber. Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious. Wow. I take it the teacher got in trouble. Well, I was going to say, this is in England, right? Well, okay, if you remember, whenever we would watch any of the British TV shows, they would always make fun of, they'd always kind of have a Jew joke or they'd have a French joke. Remember, Gervais, so I think English humor, they do Jew and French jokes a lot. Because we have seen, you know, Ricky Gervais does a bunch of different kind of Jewish humor where he's poking fun and you know, making light of certain Jewish atrocities that happened in Germany, and we've seen TV shows that on Hulu where they've made jokes about the Jewish culture. So I think in England, the comedy is a little different. So I think if that was in America, there would be basically a lynching of this guy. But I think in England, it's like, we're going to suspend you for a day or two. And probably the chancellors at the English school probably were laughing under their breath, going, "You can't say that. That you can't say that, sir." So it probably for some reason in England it was somewhat acceptable. You are right, Katie Summers, and I apologize for making light of the situation. You're right. I feel bad. I feel bad. So, all right. No telling 8-year-olds, no telling 8-year-old Jewish kids in England that if they don't behave, you're going to throw them in the gas chamber. All right. Oh my God. Will you stop? You're horrible. Give us another. Uh, Go ahead. Give us. Go ahead. Give us something else. That's horrible. All right. Log out of it. Nah, it wouldn't look the same. Well, I mean, listen, you know, it's part of a role. I mean, you gotta. I don't know. It's being dedicated to your craft. So I find nothing wrong with it. Although I'll tell you this: if a girl did that for a movie, there would be issues. Meaning, if you heard of a girl, if you heard of a girl actually going through the process of losing a whole bunch of weight to play say you had a movie that was depicting the life of Karen Carpenter, and you had an actress that said, I'm going to go and starve myself for the movie so I could really look like that character, you would have a huge outrage because people would say, whoa, that's fucked up. So I do find that it's a little funny that the guys can get away with doing that, but if the women did it, there would definitely be a backlash. And trust me, there would be a backlash if you had a whole bunch of women doing roles where they're going and losing the weight. They could gain the weight and ugly themselves up, but if they lost the weight to look anorexic, you would actually have problems. Very true. Very true. All right, go for it. Give me something else, baby. Oh. Well, that's pretty fucking bizarre. Yeah, they're very bizarre. All right, well, The Arizona's weird. They're always weird, and they will always be weird. So go ahead and give us something else. I would love to know what's going on with Colin Kaepernick. And you don't have any news, and that's upsetting, and that hurts my feelings. Give me some Hillary Clinton news. What did I tell you? I told you. Didn't I fucking tell you when you reported on this? I fucking told you that the girl that threw the shoe at Hillary Clinton was going to get real fucking jail time. Because at the end of the day, you don't fucking throw a fucking shoe at the First Lady of the United States. You don't do it. And she's going to get real fucking jail time. And if she doesn't get in trouble, it's only because Hillary looked to bail her out. And I told you she was probably looking at 2 years. And sure as shit, what did you say? She's looking at getting some fucking real jail time. You don't do that. And then when you threw in the fact that she was supporting the Colorado movie theater shooter and stuff, this lady's a fucking nut job, man. And I said if they don't do something with her, mark my words, she's going to wind up doing something dangerous eventually. So good for everybody, and put this fucker in jail. Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, I was just gonna say you can't fucking throw fucking shoes at the First Lady, man. You just can't do it. So what you're saying is, you're not the only one that gets the days fucked up. There gets the states and things like that fucked up. All right, well, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I never critique you for getting your days fucked up. Or states fucked. Whatever the fuck it is fucked up. I never critique you. I like it. I like you and your dates fucked up. Or your city's fucked up. Whatever it is. Yeah. Well, because I'm more concerned about you and your dates being fucked, and not knowing your dates. That's what I'm more concerned about. I'm fucking everything up. I'm just a big fuck up, okay? I'm just a big fuck up. I'm a horrible. But speaking of airplanes, did they find that fucking airplane yet? That's what I want to know, Katie Summers. I mean, you're talking about airplanes and people opening doors. I want to know about the fucking airplane that it has a door lying in the bottom of the Indian Ocean. That's not good. Can you imagine sitting on a fucking airplane and you're just sitting there trying to watch whatever shitty movie they're playing, and you look over to the corner, out of the corner of your eye, and you literally see a dude fucking with the door? Like, you just see him fucking with it, and you're like, whoa. You just kind of look around going, whoa, why is that guy trying to open the fucking door? Let me tell you something. I would have gotten up and punched the dude right in his fucking face. Oh, I can't fathom what it would have been. I don't know what. I mean, right now, since 9/11 happened, anytime I'm on an airplane, anytime I see anybody that looks fucking like a little bit suspicious, I'm on high alert. If they got a fucking towel on their head, I'm on high alert. If they look like Richard Reed, the fucking shoe bomber, I'm on high alert. If they look like the 7-Eleven worker, I'm on fucking high alert. Please, I'm like on super fucking high alert. I know where each one of these motherfuckers are sitting. If I start seeing them getting a little funny, I'm ready for a fucking I sometimes tell the stewardess or the stewardess guy, I say, hey man, you need to make sure you keep an eye on row 16, seat B. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, take a look. And they look and they go, oh, we see. Thank you, sir. That's what I do. And then I get detained for profiling the next day by authorities when they call me up. But hey, I'm just looking out for the airplane people. Oh, Jesus. Drive to Texas. I drive. I don't even. Drive to Texas. Drive to Texas. That sound is just so horrific. Drive to Texas. I think I'd rather just bite the bullet and take the 2-hour flight than go and hopefully no terrorists kill us. That's what I hope. Well, oh, well, hey, I never brought any of that shit on airplanes. Whenever people would be like, oh yeah, I'm bringing, I got this on the airplane. I never brought any of that shit on airplanes anyways. Like I was one of those people that just never brought anything weird on airplanes. Nothing that even they could go, what is this? I just never did. I never brought anything that was remotely weird on an airplane. So, hey, life goes on. Wow, what the fuck was that? All right. What else you got? It's 3:04. You got anything else or what? I could see Chelsea going to CNN. I mean I guess listen to us. Now that sure the fuck would boost CNN's ratings. Remember, everybody makes fun of CNN for having such a shitty broadcast. They did get rid of Pierce Bronson. They did get rid of the English guy, Pierce Morgan. That's not a bad idea to have Chelsea Handler doing some type of CNN show. That's actually a pretty good idea. No, she would do something like that Piers Morgan did. What are you talking about? Interview people. You know, just because, listen, her show, yeah, she would have little skits, but for the most part, Chelsea Handler's show was interviewing people. When we talked about her going on and doing a late night show, it would be interviewing people. She's not going to be running around with her cast of characters doing stupid stuff like that. It was to talk to people. So Chelsea Handler would go on CNN and take over in that hour slot, and she would get people on there. So she would be sitting there interviewing people, talking to them, trying to get good things out of them. Like when she talks to the people on her couch and asks them how big their penis is. We've seen the episodes where she's asking the actors, how big is your penis? It's that type of stuff. That's what she would do. She just wouldn't be having a bunch of people around her sitting at a coffee table, a bunch of unknown comedians talking about stupid shit. It would be her talking to a celebrity for a fucking hour and taking phone calls like Larry King used to do. And Piers Morgan did. Piers Morgan tried to be more political, and it failed because he's an English jerk-off. Before Piers Morgan, you had somebody called Larry King, this old guy. And Larry King hosted the Larry King Show. And he was on every fucking night. And Larry King, it was a staple of CNN. And Larry King would get dignitaries on there. He would have presidents. Literally, Bill Clinton would go on Larry King. Fucking Mikhail Gorbachev. He would have fucking, it would be a show that literally would have the who's who of people on his show. So, and I'm sitting here laughing at my own self thinking, it would be a perfect, why didn't I even think about that before? I could see Chelsea Handler on there. So Larry King's thing was interviewing famous people. He would have, it would be like Larry King would have the first sit-down interview with like a scandal-plagued a politician. And it would be a big deal, and everybody would watch Larry King on CNN. So this would be really good to have Chelsea Handler there, and they would have Chelsea Handler kind of be like Larry King again. If you get a chance, look up Larry King, and you'll see. He's interviewed Hillary Clinton, he's interviewed Bill Clinton, he's interviewed the Bushes, he's interviewed, I think Larry King's probably interviewed fucking Richard Nixon, for Christ's sakes, at some point in his guy's career. That's what Larry King did. So I could see Chelsea Handler going back not going back, but getting employed by CNN and then trying to do a Larry King thing. And Larry King would get shit out of people. You know, I mean, he was an older dude, but he would get stuff out of them. Sometimes he'd make them cry like fucking Barbara Walters would do. So, yeah, I could see Chelsea Handler on there, and she'd bring the ratings up. She would give millions of people to watch her doing a CNN broadcast. There you go. So that's basically what it would be. It would be her coming back, her going to CNN and then bringing back a Larry King style program. I used to like Larry King. I liked him. He would have the callers. I mean, Larry King was a fucking icon, man. I mean, people Saturday Night Live would lampoon him. I mean, he was somebody that was a fucking an icon in interviewing on cable television. So yeah, Larry King was good. So I could see Chelsea Handler doing that. Totally see it now that Piers Morgan's gone. That fucking retard. That's it. All right, Katie Summers. I'm gonna when I go to the humble abode later, I'm gonna fix the feed because it was still basically what we needed to do was once you signed off, we needed to launch it, and we didn't relaunch it, so it was still getting the lag time. So I'm gonna fix it when I go to your place and I go into your little camera and I make it all beautiful. So all the fans will get you back tonight and it working, and it will be good. So I apologize for that feed being fucked up, and I apologize to all the fans today. So, Katie Summers, tell everybody where you're going to be and what you're about and why you are the greatest girl in the world. Oh, all right. All right, Katie Summers, we will see you tonight. Au revoir, bisous, bisous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. And again, I'm sorry about the Katie Summers feed. I'll fix that later. And tonight's feed, it will be fixed. It will be perfect. Again, I'm very sorry. I want you guys to forgive me, and I'll have it fixed for tonight. All right, that's it, you guys. We're done. I got to take a shit. And you know what? A great story came through on XBiz. And I'm not going to be able to get to it until later. But it's a story that's on the Cosmopolitan Online Edition that talks about Brad Armstrong and Jessica Drake being costume designers. And it talks about Brad Armstrong when he was a male stripper. How he moonlighted as making costumes. And he would use a sewing machine and sew. This has got to be a work. This has got to be a work. Come on. It talks about Brad Armstrong dancing at night and making money from costumes during the day, and making come on. And Jessica Drake says that she's the assistant and Brad is the visionary. Oh man, come on! We're gonna read this tonight. This is too funny. I didn't know Brad Armstrong started as a stripper, as a male stripper. Man. God, okay. Oh, Jesus. It's too funny. Come on. It's too funny. Come on now, guys. It's too funny. Seriously. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. XBiz had to just be fucking with him, man. They had to be fucking with him. I was a male. I never knew it. Brad Armstrong. I was a male stripper. Putting myself through college for commercial advertising. I got into porn from there. First as a performer, then as a director, writer, and producer, and now I'm on a contract with Wicked Pictures. Come on, you guys. When did you start designing costumes for adult films? Well, Brad said, when I was stripping, it was tough to find good costumes. So I was stripping. He's like in the store going, damn, I can't find any good costumes to strip in. All right, we got to save this for tonight. It's too late already. It's 3:16. This is too funny. All right, you guys, we're out of here. It's the Rob Black Show. And we'll see you guys tonight. And don't forget, the awards are tonight, the XRCO Awards. And hopefully we'll get an interview from Axel Braun tonight, live on the air. I got to call him. Axel said to text him. So I'm going to text this fucking giddy motherfucker right now, okay? While I'm taking a shit. All right, it's the Rob Black Show. We'll see you guys tonight. And as always, what are we doing? We're practicing intolerance. We're practicing hatred. And we are practicing to I don't know. This all sounds good. Angel of Death, Slayer. What's up with Brad Armstrong and stripping? Come on. Weird. Jessica Drake must love strippers. Her first husband, Evan Stone, was a stripper, and Brad Armstrong was a stripper. Fucking girl loves strippers. Jesus.